So for our last couple of topics, we're going to talk about the way evolution looks. When we start mapping out species and how they're related to each other and when they developed, what kind of patterns do we see? One of the patterns we see is adaptive radiation. This is where we have many species stemming from just one parent species. And speciation, instead of being a result of reproductive barriers or isolation from each other, where like the landmass split apart, what you see here is speciation as adaptation. So they're breaking off into different species to better adapt to their environment. And we see a lot of genetic drift when this is the kind of pattern that we're seeing. So here's what adaptive radiation kind of looks like. So these are Antillean lizards. They're found in the Caribbean. And these lizards are found on different islands. So on the key here, you can see like green is the Puerto Rican lizards. And the interesting thing is most of the islands, the most closely related individuals all belong to one island. They all kind of stem from one parent species. And if you think about like lizards hopping from island to island, the idea that, they would, one lizard or several of a certain kind would land on an island and then they would diversify and start living in different areas of the vegetation. Some start living on the ground, some live in the trees, some live on certain plants. As they diversify, they start to look very, very different from each other. And that's what adaptive radiation is all about, is you get these wide variety of body plans and you get a wide variety of traits, even though they're all very closely related. So then there are two other patterns that we see: gradualism and punctuated equilibrium. So gradualism is where we have a steady progression of intermediate forms. So we see lots of incremental changes in the body form as it progresses to a new body form. This is a very slow process. It takes multiple generations. You go through several different forms before you reach the one that we see today. Punctuated equilibrium is very quick. You have lots of genetic activity, you have lots of mutations occurring all at once, and you see body forms changing very quickly. And we have fossil evidence and DNA evidence for all of these, because remember, mutations are random. So you can in fact have a large cluster of mutations happen all at once and become fixed in a population because it's random chance. But it could also occur in a very slow process where you have to take multiple intermediate steps before you get to the final body form. So this is what that looks like. You have gradualism here, where you have slow incremental steps to the end in each of the body forms. Or you have punctuated equilibrium, where you have big jumps in body forms. You have big jumps and changes that result in lots of different individuals. And those are the topics for evolution. What the patterns that we see, the different types of evolution that we see, how evolution occurs in populations, what happens within populations to kind of stimulate evolution to happen, and kind of describing all the different aspects of this. One of the other things that we're going to do is we're going to tie evolution to genetics even further. And we're going to move into a topic called Hardy-Weinberg, which is all about how we can actually mathematically represent this whole process. But this is our final topic for this set of videos. So have a great day.